In today's video, we're gonna be talking about basement waterproofing. The property behind me here, this is one of my Airbnb properties. I got a call a few Sundays ago from my property manager. We actually had guests in here at the time, and the property manager said, hey, the basement of this property is completely flooded out. I had to come out here and figure out what was going on. We spent the day just kind of like troubleshooting, figuring out where the leak was actually coming from, and we also had to get the tenants out. We had to relocate all the furniture, completely tear apart the basement. This all could have been avoided with a few different things. Like I said, today we're gonna be talking about basement waterproofing. We're gonna get into when you should do it, when you shouldn't do it. We're gonna talk about DIY options versus when you should hire a professional contractor who specializes in this, and also just the pros and cons of each. We're gonna talk about all things basement waterproofing today. So when we bought this house, everything was original to 1965 when it was built. And as you can see, it's been fully renovated. It looks awesome. But coming down into the basement, like there were zero signs of any sort of moisture over the years. When we were renovating this property, we really didn't think about needing to waterproof the basement. You can usually tell if a basement has had moisture. It just has like a damp smell to it, or there'll be signs on the floor of water intrusion. This basement had none of that. If we would have seen any sort of signs or that there may be some sort of basement leakage at any point in time, we would have taken the extra steps to waterproof the basement. We actually have the basement completely put back together. We had this job actually turned in like 5 or 6 days, which is pretty incredible, but unfortunately, I was not able to get back here when it was all tore apart. As you can see, it's all put back together and looks great. Thankfully, we did not have to move any bookings around, which was phenomenal. If you watch the original video of when I came down here, this was completely flooded. I'm talking the entire basement. Every square inch of this floor was flooded. And originally this was carpet too. There was a couple inches of water down here and it was a mess. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of furniture in here. There's 2 full bedrooms in here. All of this furniture had to taken up the stairs and relocated in the garage. I'm just giving you a quick shot so you can see how much stuff's actually down here. But 1, so it didn't ruin the furniture, and 2, we had to just to be able to rip up all the carpet. What we did have to do, like I mentioned, there was carpet throughout this basement, and now we've replaced it with an LVT flooring. If there ever is any sort of leakage in the future, we should be able to see it a lot quicker and more clearly, because that carpet just ends up soaking it up, and it can take a while for it to actually protrude out into a room versus like a hard surface the water tends to get. So we replaced it with LVT. We had to rip out all the baseboard trim as well as cut the sheetrock 6 inches up and replace that back as well. So if you watch my first video on this, when the leak took place and I came over here, we were running around like chickens with our heads cut off, trying to figure out exactly where the leak was coming from. We didn't know if it was coming from the bathroom, coming from the main line, which is over here in this corner, leaking in. We couldn't find if the leak was interior on the property. That was our first thought. So we were like, maybe. We ended up thinking that it might be a leak in the exterior line, then actually was just soaking in and coming through the basement wall. And that's exactly what happened. So we found a leak in the main water line that goes from the water meter out by the street and then into the house, basically halfway in between out in the front yard. All the plumbing was galvanized and the main water line was still a galvanized line, and it didn't break, but it simply rusted through. So it just saturated the yard out front, and it was dumping so much water into the soil underground that it then just started coming through the basement wall. And we still don't know if it was through a singular crack or if it was down on the slab area itself where the basement wall meets the slab. We're not 100% sure. Like I said, this basement had never leaked before that we know of, and it was built in '65. There's no signs of leakage whatsoever. We've obviously experienced plenty of rainstorms. It didn't make a lot of sense to us that why this basement was leaking. Now, what we had to do was run a new main line in from the meter to right over here. This is where the main line comes into the house right here. So I'll show you what's going on right there. This is the basement foundation wall. This is a galvanized elbow right here. and then that pipe goes that way out to the meter. This has been decommissioned here, and we actually popped in a new line through the wall. We had to open up this drywall right here, and we actually used a directional drill. You're able to shoot the water line underground essentially, and it's got a drill head on it, and that drill head actually will drill through this concrete wall. So we didn't have to trench out the yard like you would traditionally using that directional drill. Now we have a new water line that comes from here and goes out to the meter, and everything is hooked up, functioning as it should. So I'm standing out at the water meter here, and this is where we had to use that directional drill that I was mentioning and shoot that new water line from this water meter down underground, probably 3 or 4 feet maybe, and just straight into where we're at in the basement. Was basically right there underneath that front door, and that's where we had to drill through the foundation wall and get that new water line in. Step 1, determine what type of basement situation that you have on your hands. What type of waterproofing you are gonna do in a basement, or if you are or are not gonna do any sort of waterproofing. Obviously, if there's leakage, you're gonna wanna do some sort of waterproofing. Then the question becomes, hey, do I DIY this, or do I hire a professional contractor who specializes in basement waterproofing? Step 2 is then determining, hey, do I want to DIY this, or do I want to hire the professional contractor? So DIY, you can get products from Home Depot or probably a lot of other places, but we've used a lot just like a Home Depot. It's almost like a paint. It's a really thick style of paint that is made for waterproofing basements and like concrete walls. And really all you need to do is just apply it with like a roll brush, just like you would if you were painting walls. So it's very, very simple and cost effective as well. We'd probably have $600 in materials, and then really all it is from there is your labor. When you're hiring a professional contractor who specializes in basement waterproofing, we've used them in the past as well. Now, when we've used companies who specialize in that, it's usually on a basement that it's very clear that there's big issues with water. Property like this, where there were no signs, we still should have just DIY'd it, but we didn't. Properties where there's clear water intrusion, that's when I would go the professional route, just to make sure that the issue gets handled properly. And some companies will even provide you with a guarantee, depending on the company that you use. You have to read into their guarantee, but with that guarantee, if there is damage, cover any damages. I know that's how it is with the company that we've used in the past. So the pros and cons of going DIY. DIY, it's obviously very cost effective. If you're doing the labor yourself, you're rolling the product on the basement walls, you can do that for $500, $600, $700 in product, and then your labor is free, obviously. It's you doing the labor. The cons are it's not guaranteeing that it will for sure work. It's a good route, but there is no guarantee that it for sure will work. I'm sure there's a good chance that it does, but if you want absolute certainty, that might not be the route that you want to go. Now, pros and cons of going to a professional contractor who specializes in basement waterproofing. Pro is that they usually will guarantee their work. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts of if it will work, it's guaranteed, and just make sure you're using a company who will stand behind their guarantee. Not only will they come back and redo the work if there's any sort of leakage, but they will also out of pocket any damages that does take place. Now the con is it can be very, very expensive, where, like I mentioned, the DIY side, $500, $600, $700, maybe $1,000 to do this basement here. This is 1,600 square feet. DIY side, call it $500 to $1,000. Hiring a professional to come in here who we've used in the past. This basement, I think, would cost us maybe $15,000 to even $20,000 to have a professional come in here and do what I just described. So DIY, very affordable, no guarantee. Professional, very expensive. Some would say not affordable, but guaranteed with peace of mind. It all depends on what you want. And also, I think it depends on how bad your property needs are, or how severe the water is actually intruding into the basement. Like I mentioned before, like this one, there were no signs of water intrusion whatsoever. I think a DIY job would do just fine. Applying some of the basement wall sealer, I think, could have stopped this from happening. So this whole fiasco cost us around $12,000. That includes the new water line, that includes all the labor to get all the furniture out, get the furniture back installed, tearing out all the baseboards, drywall, new flooring, paint. It was around $12,000 item, and the water line was only like $2,200 of that. What would I have done differently? I'd never had a water line break that is exterior flood a basement. From this point forward, I'm gonna be more conscious on knowing if I have an older main line going from the meter to the house and I have a basement, I'm gonna take some extra precaution and probably just spend $2 grand, $2,500, whatever it takes to just get that new main line in, because this whole situation could have been avoided by a $2,200 water line. Hopefully you learned something today about waterproofing, as well as, hey, if you got an old galvanized pipe that's your main line, I would recommend spending the extra couple grand to replace that line so it doesn't wreak havoc on your Airbnb property or your flip or your rental property or whatever the case may be. So thanks again for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. See ya.